Hello, welcome. Welcome to the 2023 Grad Slam 3-minute thesis competition. We're so happy to have you here. My name is Caroline Vickers. I'm the Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, and we have a very exciting night for you tonight. And I'd like to, at this point, introduce the Dean of Graduate Studies and Associate Provost for Research, Dr. Dorota Heisinger.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good afternoon and welcome to the CSUSB's second Grand Slam competition. I'm thrilled to be here today, and I hope that you are as excited as I am about this event. I want to take a moment to recognize and congratulate all the students who have worked tirelessly to prepare for today's presentation. We know that presenting months or years of work in just 3 minutes is not easy. Your hard work, dedication, and expertise in your respective fields are truly admirable. I cannot wait to see your presentation, and I know that you will all do an amazing job. I would also like to extend my congratulations and heartfelt thanks to the faculty mentors. I've seen some of you here who have supported and guided our students throughout the research journey. Your tireless efforts have not gone unnoticed, and we would not be here today without your support of our students. And of course, big thank you to our judges, esteemed judges, and the Office of Graduate Studies for planning and coordinating this event. And special thanks to Dr. Caroline Vickers, Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, who spearheaded this event on our campus last year and spent many hours preparing our students for today's competition. So let's give them all a round of applause. Thank you. And so tonight's Grand Slam event marks the beginning of our 6th annual research week. This week, we will celebrate the research, scholarly, and creative activities of our students and faculty. We have a fantastic lineup of events planned, all of which I will try to summarize in 3 minutes or less. Tomorrow, we will be honoring our faculty and staff principal investigators who last year secured more than, listen to that, $47 million of external funding for sponsored research and program to support our students, faculty, and community. On Wednesday, we have 3 events, not just one. We'll host faculty book launch, during which we'll recognize faculty and staff authors who have published a book or a book chapter in the past 2 years. Additionally, on Wednesday, the Mel Mays keynote speaker, Dr. Raul Perez, will give a virtual talk about the souls of white jokes, how racist humor fuels white supremacy. And on Wednesday night, the Office of Student Research will host a faculty-student mixer at the Rathma Museum. Faculty, students, and alumni are invited for a night of food and games. That's not over, no. On Thursday, we have our flagship event, the Meeting of the Minds, which is our 12th meeting of the minds on this campus, a student research symposium, sorry, not competition, where this year we have a record number of students. More than 200 students will be presenting at the symposium on Thursday. And we'll close the week on Friday with an award luncheon, during which we'll recognize faculty mentors, student winners of the symposium, and student research competition. You can find a detailed schedule of the week by Googling CSUSB Research Week. That's the easiest way, really. It's going to be an amazing week, and I can't think of a better way to kick it off than with today's Grad Slam competition. So once again, congratulations and good luck to all the students competing here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Heisinger. So yes, as Dean Heisinger mentioned, it is not an easy feat to present your research in 3 minutes or less to a non-specialist audience. And these students have managed to do this. I'm very proud of them. They've worked very hard over the past few months, coming from just putting the speech together to working on their public speaking skills. So they're doing an excellent job. Very proud of them. I wanted to just mention the origins of the 3-minute thesis competition, which was at the University of Queensland about a decade ago. So for some reason they came up with this. Somebody asked today, why 3 minutes? Why not 5 minutes? Why not 2 minutes? Well, it's 3 minutes for some reason. But you know, I think it's a challenging thing to do, but it's so important to be able to express our research to a non-specialist audience, to the public, so that people understand the important research that's happening. Too often it just stays sequestered in academia. So it's great to get it out there, and people don't have huge attention spans. So 3 minutes, I think, is good. So yeah, thank you, University of Queensland. It has since spread all over the world. So universities all over the world put on 3-minute thesis competitions, and the CSU calls this the Grad Slam. So that's the CSU name for this. So 22 CSU campuses are putting on Grad Slams this year, and the system-wide competition will be on May 5th, hosted by San Diego State University. It will be virtual. So the top 2 competitors today will move on to the system-wide competition hosted by San Diego State University. So we're very excited about that. And you can tune in because it's virtual. No traveling necessary. So I wanted to offer some thanks at this point. I'm going to wait for the slide to. Thank you very much. So first, I wanted to wholeheartedly thank our judges. Without you, we couldn't do this. We so much appreciate your generosity. So the first judge that I'd like to introduce is Diana Rodriguez, who is the Chancellor of the San Bernardino Community College District. Thank you very much for being here. And next, I would like to introduce Paz Oliveras, who is the Vice President for Student Affairs here at Cal State San Bernardino. Thank you so much for being here, for being a judge. And finally, Michelle Skilgen, who's the Senior Director of Philanthropy, Foundation, and Corporate Relations here at Cal State San Bernardino. And I should mention that both Michelle Skilgen and Diana Rodriguez are alums from CSUSB. So that's even more special. So thank you so much. Okay. I would also like to thank some collaborators here from our campus. So the first one I would like to thank is the Graduate Student Success Center. So the Graduate Student Success Center has been instrumental in providing services, support, parties, all of this for graduate students. So we just really appreciate the ongoing support for graduate students, and especially Rosemary Sameda, its director, and her ongoing support and collaboration with the Office of Graduate Studies. Thank you, Rosemary. I would also like to wholeheartedly thank the Speaking Center at the Jack H. Brown College of Business. So they provided such excellent feedback for these students, both last year and this year. So much that I learned, you know, I mean, I'm not a great public speaker, but I think maybe I became a little better just by hearing their feedback for the last 2 years. So I really appreciate it. I know that the students participating here today really appreciated that feedback. And I'd especially like to thank Maggie Boyraz, its director, as well as Adrian Silva, who provided feedback, who's a consultant there, and Steve DeWalden, who is an alum, but came back to give feedback. He gave feedback last year too. This feedback was so valuable, I can't even tell you. I'd also like to thank Alexia Martinez, who was our first place winner of last year's competition, who was so generous to come back and give workshops with our participants and also give feedback when they gave a dress rehearsal. So thank you so much, Alexia. And I would also like to thank Megan Canali. Without her, we would not be doing this. So thank you, Megan. Megan not only came to the workshops, Megan and I both tag teamed giving feedback on the speeches and this sort of thing. And Megan is from English, as am I. So we felt like we could do that. But thank you very much. So not only did she put this event together in terms of all of the logistics, but she also gave her expertise in terms of giving feedback on those speeches. So we really appreciate it. And finally, I'd like to thank the Student Success Initiative funding and the instructionally related activities funding for making this event possible. And drum roll, I'm going to just briefly introduce each of the 9 participants now, and then we'll get more of an introduction as they come up onto the stage. So first, and they're going to kind of wave at you. I'd like to introduce Jocelyn Monhe, who is from the College of Arts and Letters, MA in Communication Studies. And next, I'd like to introduce Sri Latha Prabalika Alapati, who is from the Jack H. Brown College of Business, MBA program, Cybersecurity and Entrepreneurship and Innovation concentration. And next, Ivana George, the Jack H. Brown College of Business, MS Information Systems and Technology, Cybersecurity concentration. And next, Naja Faisal, the Jack H. Brown College of Business, MS Information Systems and Technology, Business Intelligence and Analytics concentration. And next, Esther Cruz from the College of Education, Instructional Design and Technology. And Olivia Hart, College of Education, EDD and Educational Leadership. Ashley Antonison, College of Natural Sciences, MS in Biology, Yutong Liu, College of Natural Sciences, MS in Computer Science, and David Lopez Sanchez, College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, MA in Psychological Science. And I'd like to thank the Dean of the College of Business, Tomas Arias Gomez, who's here with us today for support. Thank you. So my hope today is that you get a taste of the dynamic research culture among CSUSB's graduate students. In the Office of Graduate Studies, we oversee thesis review, and so we get to see the quality of the work, both the breadth and the depth of the work that goes on among graduate students at CSUSB. But not everybody else does. So we're really excited to be able to showcase this. We're so thrilled to have all 5 colleges represented here today. This is so amazing. And we're so thrilled to have representatives from our campus here today, like our provost, Dr. Rafiq Mohammed. So thank you so much for being here to support this and for your ongoing support of graduate students. So today you'll see the awesome work that they're doing. So we're going to, somehow the judges are going to decide the first, second, and third places. It's going to be a difficult decision. And then we'll also have a People's Choice Award at the end. So we're going to recognize the top contenders, but it's going to be hard. But whether you win or not, this is just such an amazing thing that you're doing. We're so proud of you. That's not easy. And you can have this 3-minute speech in your back pocket as you move through your career, and you can communicate with non-specialist audiences about the work that you're doing. You'll have that skill no matter what. I'm speaking to you, grad students. So without further ado, I'm going to get this show on the road. So I'd like to ask Jocelyn Monhe to come to the stage. Oh, did they mic me? No, mic. So she is from the College of Arts and Letters, MA in Communication Studies. The title of her research is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, a decolonial and intersectional rhetorical media analysis. And her mentor is Dr. Liliana Conlis Gallegos. Without further ado, take it away, Jocelyn.
Yo sí soy boricua, para que tú lo sepas. Those were the words of daughter of Puerto Rican parents, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who you see here pictured on the right-hand side of this image. In 2018, she won the Democratic Party's primary election against white male Joseph Crowley for New York's 14th Congressional District. At 28 years old, she became the youngest woman of color to ever be elected to serve in Congress. This accomplishment has marked a historical impact on how women of color in media has been portrayed. In my research, I have focused on the strategies that AOC utilizes that interrupt and restructure traditional US political decorum. I use Chicana feminism, intersectional, and decolonial literature as my theoretical framework. The method I employ in my research is a critical rhetorical media analysis on AOC's most pivotal viral YouTube moments, her aesthetic choices, and her interethnic alliances. In this process, I have identified major themes, which I have called estilos de resistencia, or styles of resistance. One theme I will discuss in this presentation is her aesthetic choices, such as the red bold lipstick that you see in this image, or the bright colored suits that she wears in her videos. These historically align with La Pachuca, who you see here illustrated on the left-hand side of this slide. In the 1940s, the zoot suit worn by Chicanos, both Pachucos and Pachucas, quote unquote, acquired strong political connotations. Similarly, AOC has also worn the red bold lipstick in her aesthetic choices. They have both challenged the dominant ideology of traditional politician norms. Overall, the Boricua and the Chicana experience have different historical histories and share the similar consequences of being criticized and underrepresented in mainstream media. AOC has caused waves in her district in New York with using her visual rhetoric, such as her red lipstick. Las Pachucas, they dress to exist and they dress to resist, and thus has gained self-autonomy. As AOC once said, para el espíritu del pueblo. Thank you.
Fantastic, Jocelyn. So I'd like to ask, how did you get involved in this research and what interested you in your graduate program? You could go either direction, the research or the graduate program, whatever you're feeling.
Yes, I think as a communication studies scholar, communication is so important, how we see it in everyday lives and our social media lives, of course. And I think when I came across Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who is a Latina, and I'm a Latina myself. And so being able to see yourself represented on, especially in these, powerful positions, inspired me to really understand what really is it about the visual rhetoric and what really is going on in the communication. And so that's what inspired me in this research.
Fascinating. Yeah, great. So how did preparing for the Grad Slam give you a new perspective on that research?
Yes, so definitely the Grad Slam has challenged me as a communication scholar in my public speaking skills, of course, as a grad student myself, but also being able to really simplify my research and be able to share it in 3 minutes, which is definitely a task. And I think this opportunity has made me learn ways to communicate with the public and with anyone really, right? Not just in my field, but anyone across campus.
Right. So it's not just doing research, but it's research communication, right? Making sure that we can
Yes.
communicate that research to all people.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Thank you so much. Excellent job.
Thank you.
Next, I would like to introduce Shri Latha Pravalika Alapati. Shri. Shri is from the Jack H. Brown College of Business, the MBA program with cybersecurity and entrepreneurship and innovation concentrations. The title of her research is Sustainable Innovation. And her faculty mentor is Dr. Brina Coates. So without further ado, I'm going to bring Shri to the stage and we'll make sure the judges are ready. Can you slide past?
So sustainable innovation. When people hear this word, the first thing that comes to their mind is that it's expensive. And it is expensive. I'm not disagreeing with that. But what we need to know is we use vehicles every day and a lot of things which produce greenhouse gases. And 20% of gases that are being produced today are going to be staying in the atmosphere for at least 10,000 years. And we don't want that. So my research focuses on sustainable innovation, which is not just about completely stopping to do that, but more on finding innovative ways to come through that. So this is not about turning into a vegan from a meat eater. It's about being a meat eater, but in a mindful way. And there is a Argentinian publishing company they are publishing books which can be planted once we complete reading them, and it grows into this big beautiful tree. And they are for kids, but we can do something like that for adults as well. And business cards, everybody uses them, but once we are done with them, we just throw it, and that's not sustainable. So there are companies which are producing business cards infused with seeds. So once we are done with them, we can plant them and we can choose between carrots, herbs, anything we want. And on that note, everybody here, we all use technology, phones, laptops, and a lot of stuff. Do you guys know that 70% of energy used in a lifetime of a system is used when it is being created? But once we are done with the system, like after 2 years, we just go for a new one instead of getting a refurbished one, which is a better choice. And personally, I'm working on a business idea. And for that, I'm also doing research, interviewing customers, and also working on how to improve on it, which is, we all eat bananas, but once we are done eating, we just throw away the peels. Do you guys know that we can create clothes out of that banana peel? And even lotus flowers. Once we are done enjoying looking at the flower, we just throw it away, which is just going to produce methane. We can create clothes from this, and my idea is to start producing them locally so that it would help farmers and it would help them to grow. And why produce methane when we can create beautiful clothes with them? And this is my presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Shri. Very good job. So who knew that we could create clothes with banana peels? Now I want a banana peel shirt. So how did you become involved in this business plan and the research to make it happen? And then why this graduate program here? Why did you think that was the right one for you to be able to make this happen?
So like I always wanted to create something new, something of my own. And like I was researching for joining a school. And when I saw MSCI program and an MBA one, I thought it was the best one for me, because you know how we were taught to think inside a box, like this is the box and we should think just this. Here in our school, they teach us to know that like we shouldn't know the existence of the box to really think outside the box. And that helped me, you know, like this thing didn't exist, but it is going to exist because of me. And the school helped me to get there.
Very good. Excellent. And how did preparing for the Grad Slam give you a new perspective on your business plan and the research that you're doing?
So as you guys have heard, my research is basically like a lot because we are producing a lot of stuff. So this helped me to focus on things that I can change. So there are people out there who can change on different things, but I think I can create impact on just some specific stuff. So preparing for Grad Slam helped me to focus on what's really important and what I am capable of changing. And change is an important thing and we should totally focus on it.
Yeah, it's an impact, right? So impact is so important. So we think about impact in terms of our disciplines, the impact we make in academia, but what about the impact we make on society, right? And if we have people have wearing clothes out of sustainable fabrics, that's a pretty big impact. Absolutely.
So I was talking to a person and we were basically talking about what I was doing in life and everything. And she asked me like, how do you think this is going to change? And I said, maybe one day this is going to change something in a society. And last time I saw her, she was like, did you change something? Like the first thing that came to my mind was, world can't be changed in a day. It takes time and consistency. We have to give everything we have. And if we give it, we can obviously see results one day.
Excellent. All right. I'm looking forward to the banana peel shirts.
Yeah.
For sure. Thank you. All right. Our next presenter is Ivana George, also from the Jack H. Brown College of Business. She's in the MS, Information Systems and Technology, Cybersecurity Concentration. And the title of her research is Exploring the Critical Role of Explainable Artificial Intelligence and the Future of Cybersecurity. Her faculty mentor is Dr. Jesus Canelon Herrera. And without further ado, let's bring Ivana to the stage and take it away. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, artificial intelligence is no longer in the future. It's here, it's now, and it's happening all around us. According to research, at least 84% of people interact with AI every day and don't know it. The burning question is, why should we care? This is because if we're going to trust not just our businesses, but our lives to these AI algorithms, it is incredibly crucial that if things go wrong, we can clearly work out and understand why. If we take a look at the slide here, we see a black box. This symbolizes how AI systems work. They are capable of phenomenal feats of intelligence, but the truth is they are mostly opaque, and the way that they come to their conclusions are difficult to understand or interpret even for experts. Most of it is complex code that isn't in human readable language. And for critical areas like cybersecurity, the consequences of false or biased decisions can be incredibly problematic. As a result, the need for integrating explainable AI into cybersecurity has become incredibly crucial. Now, what is explainable AI? I know some of you are wondering. Explainable AI simply refers to AI that is programmed to explain its rationale and decision-making process in a way that the average person can understand. My research aims to explore the critical role that explainable AI will play in the future of cybersecurity. My research will explore the use of advanced natural language processing algorithms and techniques to generate clear and concise explanations for the behavior of AI-powered security systems. This technology offers a promising approach for fighting AI-powered cyber attacks, as it would not only reduce time to threat detection, but it would reduce time to meaning. And let's not forget the potential for better human-machine collaboration. This technology can facilitate better teamwork between humans and machines. Now, in summary, the conclusion is the reality of AI is real. And as AI becomes more prevalent in our daily lives, we must ensure that it is used ethically, transparently, and responsibly. This technology will be the key to achieving this. And my research aims to tackle the explainability problem, also known as the black box problem that AI systems have. And this can help bolster transparency and trust in these systems and ultimately maximize the potential for this technology in the cybersecurity space. Thank you.
Excellent, Ivana. So again, I'm going to ask you the same question. How did you get involved in your research? And what first got you interested in the graduate program that you joined?
So I joined the cybersecurity program because in the technology space, cybersecurity is a field that is growing and the demand for professionals are increasing. There is high demand and low supply. And especially there aren't a lot of Black females in the cybersecurity space. So I wanted to really get into a space in IT where I can really make a difference and, hopefully inspire the younger generation that look like me that, they can achieve anything and anything a man can do, a woman can do better.
I love it. Excellent. So how did preparing for the Grad Slam give you a new perspective on your research?
Well, it was really challenging preparing for the Grad Slam because it's a lot of research and we have to kind of dumb it down into 3 minutes and hope that we are able to explain it to everybody in a way that they understand. So it helps me to also understand the terms that I'm learning in a layman perspective and also be able to communicate that to an audience. And it also gave me a jump start to my thesis. For a long time, I was kind of confused about like the direction to head in, but in doing my research, AI kept, being the recurring theme. And I was just fascinated to see how AI and cybersecurity can interconnect and basically just make the job of cybersecurity professionals like me easier.
Very good. Yes, AI is definitely a hot topic these days.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
And we know that you're going to do very well. We're going to be a safer place because of you.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Okay, next I would like to introduce Naja Faisal, also from the Jack H. Brown College of Business. He's in the MS in Information Systems and Technology, Business Intelligence and Analytics concentration. The title of his research is Exploring Consciousness and Artificial Intelligence and its Implications for Human AI Collaboration. His faculty mentor is Dr. Conrad Shio. Without further ado, we'll bring Naja to the stage and take it away, Naja.
Ladies and gentlemen, this striking image was created in mere seconds by artificial intelligence. It serves as a testament to the incredible power and potential of AI, which has advanced exponentially in recent years. Not only has AI demonstrated remarkable feats of intelligence, it has also raised a crucial and largely unexplored question, a question that we might call the elephant in the room. Can machines achieve consciousness similar to that of human beings? In my research, I delve into this fascinating and complex question, weaving together the fields of artificial intelligence, cognitive science, and philosophy. In a world where AI has the potential to transform every aspect of our lives, it is vital that we tackle such profound questions. My approach is simple. First, we need to understand what consciousness is. And second, we need to devise experiments that assess whether a system is conscious or not. While there is no universal definition of consciousness, my literature review arrives on 3 main criteria. A system, biological or not, is conscious if it exhibits self-awareness, subjective experience, and advanced cognitive abilities. This is all fine and dandy until we experiment on human babies. Are babies conscious? After all, newborns might not have a fully developed self-awareness, nor their cognitive abilities is comparable to those of adults. Therefore, my thesis is, if babies are given rights based on their potential to become conscious when they grow up, then, my friends, we shall prepare a Bill of Rights for advanced AI systems for their similar potential to become conscious in the near future. In conclusion, machine consciousness is perhaps the most difficult and important scientific quest of our era. Uncovering conscious machines will have significant implications on our society, our legal system, but most importantly, it challenges our understanding of what it means to be truly human. Thank you.
Excellent, Najat. So I have to ask, how did you get involved in this research? And how did you choose your graduate program?
So I thought I wasn't romantic. But recently, my girlfriend told me, you're very romantic. And I guess I am very romantic. I think when I was reading on AI 5 years ago. And, you know, I read books like Life 3.0, like How to Create a Mind by Ray Kurzweil. And I was like, I really hope that we achieve AI in my lifetime. And I was like, I thought this is really far-fetched. But then, you know, I came to the CSUSB as an international student. And, you know, of course, I have to go into that field. And I have to research AI, especially with the recent developments of the field. So yeah, of course, I'm interested.
Excellent. And how did preparing for the Grad Slam give you a new perspective on this research?
Yeah, for sure. I think similar to my previous friends who came before me, I think the challenge is really condensing the research into 3 minutes and using simple words to communicate to unspecialized audience. And I tried also to humanize the field. I know I've said like really controversial things that you might agree or disagree with, but that's the point. The point is to wake up and confront such questions and such important dilemmas that we have to live with as we progress with AI and have it integrated in everything we do in society.
It's better to know what's in front of us, right, than not to know.
For sure.
Absolutely. Machines with consciousness. It sounds very science fiction, but it seems to be here.
Indeed. Let's see. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Okay, next I would like to introduce Esther Cruz. Esther is from the College of Education, MA in Instructional Design and Technology, and the title of her research is All Teeth Matter 2023. Introducing a bill for improving education on digital diagnostics technology for dental licensees in the state of California. Her faculty mentor is Dr. Stephen Bronek. And without further ado, take it away, Esther.
All Teeth Matter 2023. Patient accusations filed in the state of California by the Dental Board include misdiagnosis, negligence, fraud, excessive treatment diagnosis. This is not the standard of care. Have you ever heard someone say, my tooth was pulled and it was healthy? That is not an example of standard care. In 2021, the Dentals company reported on a celebrity dentist who examined and performed restorations in the total of $47,000. Those restorations led to gum surgeries, multiple root canals, ongoing pain that led to weight loss. After those examinations and the excessive treatment, the total amount was $63,000. In today's technology innovations, there has been advancements made to the equipment since 1985. As you can tell, we are now able to provide multiple views of patient clinical information. I plan to introduce a bill 2024 that would include an update on the radiology course, CBCT education literacy on digital treatment planning, and the use of computer literacy programs. As you can tell, you can identify landmarks and provide precise, accurate information prior to performing in the mouth. In the last 6 years, I have been teaching dentists and their licensed staff how to use the equipment. I have been a registered dental assistant since 2007. My knowledge and expertise provides me with these skills to collect quantitative data reported by the dental board to provide a comparative analysis and design a quantitative data to provide and implement these changes that digital diagnostic technology has now implemented. I strongly feel that the use of and knowledge in education and digital treatment planning software will provide the skills and increase the performance knowledge of dental assistants and hygienists using the digital treatment plan software. Thank you.
Excellent, Esther. She's going to save our teeth. Yes. So how did you get involved? I mean, I think we know how you got involved in this research because you've been in this field for a long time and you've seen some pretty awful things. But why did you choose instructional design and technology for your MA program?
I chose instructional design technology because of the education reform I'm seeking to pursue in the state of California. Not only has the program provided me resources and education on how to continue, but they've also given me the tools to use within this education reform. They've built my confidence, my performance skills with research, SPSS, and Dr. Beck was just a great program coordinator, and I can't thank her enough for really pulling me through.
Excellent. So you were able to join this program. You think a dental assistant wouldn't be instructional design and technology, but then when you see, the importance of technology in diagnosing issues with the teeth, then it all comes together.
Dental assistants are the heart of a dental office. They provide the digital diagnostic information to the dentist prior to the doctor coming in and seeing the patient. Nonverbal communication is the first communication that the doctor understands from the patient. It is our job as dental assistants and faculty, well, not faculty, but the staff of the office to provide those nurturing skills that are needed. And with this technology and the implementation nationwide, it is a need.
Great. How did preparing for the Grad Slam give you a new perspective on the work that you're doing?
There's so many angles. There's so much education that I can implement. And preparing for the Grad Slam allowed me to not only expand my scope of practice in education and understand the implementation with curriculum, it also allowed me to really fundamentally understand how this change will impact the lives of dental assistants, their clinical skills, and also the community. How our doctors treat our patients within the community will change dramatically.
And also you're introducing a bill, so you could use a 3-minute speech in your back pocket, right?
Yeah. Look at what I've been up to.
Excellent. So really making an impact. Thank you, Esther, for saving our teeth. Next, I would like to introduce Olivia Hart, also from the College of Education in the EDD and Educational Leadership. The title of her research is Hidden in Plain Sight, Bilingual Hearing Children of Deaf Adults. And her faculty mentor is Dr. Jacqueline Romano. And I'll bring Olivia to the stage. Take it away, Olivia.
Imagine a 4-year-old child starting their first day of kindergarten. They've had numerous conversations with their grown-ups about school, what it is, why they attend, but most importantly, that they'll make lots of friends. The first day of kindergarten is a huge milestone, or at least for me it was, because it was the day that changed my life. My first day of kindergarten was the day that I realized that not all moms are deaf. I am a bilingual hearing child of a deaf adult, also known as a CODA. Currently, the number of CODAs that reside in the United States is unknown, but luckily for all of you, you have one standing in front of you today. Like many bilingual CODAs, we learn American Sign Language as our first language and spoken language as our second. Yet, when we enter the K-12 public school system, we are not provided the language supports or services we need to learn English. Which is the primary language that is used in the classroom setting. CODAs are not considered English language learners. For my future research, I plan on conducting a narrative inquiry study exploring the lived experiences of CODAs, including their educational experiences. Narrative inquiry empowers individuals to tell their stories and amplifies voices that would otherwise remain silent. I plan on interviewing at least 3 CODAs and using their stories to drive change in educational policy so CODAs are no longer denied their educational rights. According to the California Department of Education, English language learners are identified when a language other than English is used in the home. And then it is through school district assessments, if they qualify, that students then receive language support services and/or specialized programs to ensure that they are successful in their education. The protections of English language learners began in 1965 through the Elementary and Secondary Education Act. In 2011, school districts were provided with instruction and guidance to notify school districts that students whose first language is American Sign Language be considered as English only. Today, English language learners are protected through Title III of the Every Student Succeeds Act of 2015. However, CODAs are not included in those protections. Research describes that by not including CODAs in English language learners programs, they are being misdiagnosed and provided inappropriate services through special education, or even worse, with no services or protections at all. So why are we not considering CODAs as English language learners? In my experience, it is because people are misinformed. And by hearing these stories from CODA's educational experiences, we'll be able to influence policy so that they can include CODAs, so that they can continue and start to, that they can receive the educational benefit that they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you, Olivia. So Olivia asked me, when I asked my questions, to ask her about her slide. So I'm going to ask you about your slide.
Thank you so much for remembering. So that 4-year-old child in the yellow dress is me. And this is actually a photo that means a lot to me. And through narrative inquiry, research, and like how I described in my speech, is that it's through stories and it's through storytelling that we educate populations around us. And so this was actually a photo that my family searched for this last week that I could use, because this is a picture that was personal to me. This was the day that changed my life. And it was something that I wanted to share with all of you, because the only way we're going to educate everyone around us about CODAs is by sharing our stories. So I wanted to share a personal story with you today.
Thank you, Olivia. We can see how you got involved in your research.
Yeah.
So no need to ask that question. So why the EDD program?
The EDD program. In my day job, I'm a deaf and hard of hearing teacher. And it is through supporting a low-income population, a population that it doesn't have a lot of support.
really kind of drove me to really want to do the administrative role of having a position that can really change. And when I got into the development program here at Cal State San Antonio, I really loved that it as a program that represents transformational change. And that is something that I was trying to do in my research. And so this program provided me an opportunity to really further my research because this is an extension of my master's thesis, to be able to take to educational policymakers, to educate those around us, including you in this room, to know that there is a hidden population that are sitting in our classrooms today that are not provided the language support that they deserve to be able to access the that's out of the classroom. Even currently in my work, we come across quotas, and the question is, Olivia, your quota, what can we do? We're not English language learners, and we can't qualify for special education. I said, right now, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing, and I want that to change.
Thank you. And how did preparing for the Grad Slam give you a new perspective on this work?
Well, I do have to give a shout out to my husband because I'm pretty sure he could give this speech just as well as I could, just from listening and from my practice speeches. But it was just another way for me to communicate to all of you, those that are interested in learning more about the deaf community and the extent population. It's just I need to be able to share important information quickly. And like I said, narrative inquiry empowers individuals and amplifies their voices. So words that I speak about this topic mean everything. So I need to make sure that I'm very particular and selective in what I want to communicate, because it may be the one and only opportunity that I have, and I need to do it right first.
Excellent. I have to say that I didn't know what a coda was. So I have learned, and I think all of our graduate student participants here today said the same thing, that they have learned, and we see the importance of this from the speech that you gave. So thank you so much. Okay, I would next like to introduce Ashley Antonison. She's from the College of Natural Sciences, the MS in Biology. The title of her research is Cancer Stem Cells and Tumor Recurrence. And her faculty mentor is Dr. Nicole Bornias. So I'd like to welcome Ashley to the stage. Take it away, Ashley.
Can people hear me? Oh, yeah, they can.
You are mic'd.
We're good. All right. Sorry, I'm going to take a moment. That was heartfelt, wasn't it? I loved it. Every second of that. Thank you for sharing your story. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, when I go, oh, got it. Okay. Hi, my name is Ashley, and I'm here to share cancer stem cells with you, which isn't very exciting to say the least. So I study ovarian cancer, and it is the most lethal gynecological cancer there is. Now, this is due to poor diagnostic features, or screening processes for women. Usually it's caught at stage 3 or stage 4. Now, even with effective treatment, surgical debulking, chemotherapy, or radiation, no matter what, cancer is coming back at 80%. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this bulk tumor here. There's 2 types of cells. We've got the cancer cell and we have the cancer stem cell. Now, when it comes to cancer stem cells, they exhibit like ability to stem cells. They have the ability to proliferate, self-renew, differentiate, and quiesce, meaning that they could slow their growth down and then they could hide from treatments until activated. Now, with that said, when conventional therapies are utilized, what happens is the cancer stem cells can apply a stem-like feature and increase that, and that will lead to treatment resistance. Now, if we look at this diagram from Paterse et al., what we see here is the bulk tumor, cancer cells, stem cells. And when we provide conventional chemotherapies, we have 2 fates for our cells. We have the sensitive cells that go on and we can get cell death. But the ones that are resistant and persist are cancer stem cells. And what happens from there is that we can get metastasis and proliferation, which could lead to relapse and recurrence. Now, my research in particularly focuses on treatment-induced stemness, which means I will give the cells varying doses of radiation or cisplatin. And what I'm looking for is an increase in stemness. Now, we use two markers for that in my research, and it's OCT4 and SOX2. These are core stem cell markers. And when we see the core stem cell markers increase, we know that there's an increase in stemness. So our goal and our aims are to mitigate treatment-induced stemness by implementing therapeutic approaches such as LET7I to then decrease treatment-induced stemness. Okay, so moving forward in my results, I have indeed actually have seen that we do get cancer-induced stemness, which is terrifying. So that brings our lab goal in mind. So we want to define cancer stem cells, and we want to look at different therapeutic approaches like LET7I, particularly what I work in, which is a stem cell regulator, it basically decreases stemness. And we want to define this cancer stem cell population so we can target them specifically. So thereby, we can get rid of this cancer stem cell population and we can get more effective treatment. Now, why this is important? We absolutely need to find a way to target these cells so that we can stop cancer reoccurrence. And I would like to thank you all today and sharing my passion.
Excellent, Ashley. So how did you get involved in your research and how did you choose your graduate program?
Sure, I am privileged to be part of our biology department where I was an undergrad. And we had this talk come in and by Dr. Untenauer. She went to Yale and Harvard, and she told us about this axis of Snell and LET7. Snell increases stemness and LET7 decreases stemness. And I was just fascinated. I loved every second of it. Now, I know that's all negative, but I love being in the lab and I love finding ways that we can help people. I mean, these are our mothers, our sisters, right? Like anything we can do to help. And so I love science and yeah.
Excellent. And you're going to cure cancer one day.
I mean, it's a collaborative effort around the world. It's not just us.
Teamwork.
Yeah, no, teamwork makes the dream work. That's for sure.
Excellent. So how did preparing for the Grad Slam give you a new perspective on your research?
Preparing. Well, I wouldn't say it gave me a new perspective. It gave me a different way to share my research. And it's hard to kind of get past that science barrier. I know, I can see everyone's face now, and it's nice to explain these important impacts and why cancer research should be funded and so on and so forth. So it's exciting to share.
Yeah, and again, it's great to have that 3-minute speech in your back pocket. So when you go to look for that funding, you can
for sure
talk about it. And yeah, fantastic.
Absolutely.
Well, great work and such important work. And we appreciate you sharing it with us today.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
Next, I'd like to introduce Yutong Liu, who is from the College of Natural Sciences, MS in Computer Science. The title of her research is Multimodal Transformer for Personal Learning PAL. And the faculty mentor, that's okay. Her faculty mentor is Dr. Fadi Muhedat.
I'm so excited to share my research project, which aims to develop a personal learning path that can be applied to any physical format. Things that can turn your 3D print object to a student on toy, or even you can put a necklace to your job. How this learning style improve your learning? Give you an example. One day, I studied, I went to Tokyo join a biology class, even though I don't understand your needs. With this little guy, or pronoun you name it, and named by faculty, and then be able to help me try to understand the images, videos, learn materials, and be able to try to communicate in faculty, in me. And after lecture, you have to include the method, travel around in Tokyo, join museum, meet friends, and keep tic-tac talk. And when time take it over to your impact of your dog, put this attendance to your dog network. And then you and your little dog explore the new environment, learn together. Okay. This learning personal style is open structured model, which means you can download anytime. And it is highly adaptive. So you can apply it to any object. So by leveraging quick range model. So quick little about okay here. Okay, it's adapting function weeks and bias. We'll be able to improve the learning model. Here are other ways weeks and bias. Okay, I can take another day to talk about weeks. Okay, then. Okay. Today, I'm going to talk about bias. People are curious about discuss how to say about biases. Biases in linear regression is really crucial concept to natural language models. That can help us to correct any inherited bias and then improve our learning. To correct the training data. Okay. Then, so, thinking about interpret in an Alaskan art. It's like a fish house. You know, so the fish house interacts in concepts and the navigates in trick and the directions and figure out the that's what means in that language. Okay. To take in conclusion, this personal learning path will be a revolutionized way
to change and learn of your format. And if you're interested in with my research, if you really want to give it a try, just contact me at yutong.liu@csusb.edu. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Excellent, Yutong. Personal learning pal.
Yeah.
I've heard this speech before and I want one.
Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome.
All right. So how did you get involved in this research and why did you join the MS in computer science?
Well, since I have my baby here. Hi, baby, Henry. So since I have him almost 12 years ago, and I keep thinking how I can be a tutor, how can be a mom, how can teach him in an interesting way. So I want to remove the heavy load of memorized things, how we can have kids play in a fun way, apply the knowledge, the really hard memorize the knowledge function. And I gave some examples and like banana apple function, and he really understands really good in a kind of vector way. But the things I'm not 24 and at a time, and I'm really busy workaholic, so I feel guilty about kids. I feel guilty about family. But how I can build some guy smarter than me, and no emotions. I usually piss off with the emotions. So how can I build something and really help? And for human beings learning for the past 2,000 years, oh my God. So think about maybe education need to change. Yes. So I do think let's work together, give that change. Thank you.
Now that's an impact, right? Yeah, absolutely. So how did preparing for the Grad Slam give you a new perspective on the research?
Well, I really thank this good opportunity because every day I bury myself with loss functions, with practicing my coding skills, and about how rethink like rethinking alphabet, the proving algorithm. So I'm thinking it's a way to give me opportunity to really focus on 3 minutes to deliver this concept and have how people ask people, do you need this guy? Do you really need your education be better for math? So I think that's a really good opportunity.
Great. Yeah, it's not easy to take the work that you're doing and condense it down to a 3-minute speech for a non-specialist audience. But you definitely made me want a learning pal. So you achieved that.
Yeah, and another thing is people worry about AI. People are worry about those kind of being format, tracking your data. I do think we need to remove this some horrify scientific movie influence. People need to learn. People need to learn what is regression. So how we be able to associate different letters meaning, how we do integrate. So this AI models is open. If you're interested, go to Hugging Face, go to a lot of resources. You can see the architecture, different layer. So that's the computer. Computer just get the 1 and 0 and go get maybe wave together and give you a new fabric to process data. So we should learn actually. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And last but not least, I'd like to introduce David Lopez Sanchez, who is from the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences and the program MA Psychological Science. The title of his research is Single Trial Fentanyl Sensitization in Juvenile Rats. And his faculty mentor is Dr. Cynthia Crawford.
Over 100,000 drug overdose fatalities in 2021. And 70% of that is attributed to fentanyl, according to the CDC. For the past 20 years, there has been an opioid epidemic that has ravaged the United States. And recently, there's an increase in overdose death in the younger population, in the young adults and the juveniles. But what is fentanyl? Well, fentanyl is a fully synthetic opioid that is 100 times stronger than morphine, 50 to 80 times stronger than heroin. So as we can see, a very small amount of fentanyl produces the same effect as a larger quantity of heroin. Fentanyl is used to treat severe pain. However, it does come with some other effects like euphoria, hallucinations, and respiratory depression, which is one of the main reasons why there's so many deaths. Now, with this increase in drug overdoses, there are very few studies that look at the addictive properties of fentanyl. So what our lab did is we looked at these addictive properties by measuring drug-seeking behavior. So we gave our juvenile rats, male and female, one of 5 doses of fentanyl, either a no dose, a very low dose, and everything up to a high dose. After injecting them with fentanyl, we placed them in these small chambers that monitored their behavior. Then, 48 hours later, all of the animals got a low dose of 100 micrograms of fentanyl, and they were placed again in the same chamber where we measured their behavior. What our results showed is that on the first day that they got that drug, those animals that got the high dose of fentanyl had a decrease in their behavior. Now, the most interesting portion though, is that second day that they all got that low dose, the animals got the high dose initially, had an increased behavior. They became hypersensitive to the effects of fentanyl. They showed that drug-seeking behavior. This opioid epidemic is still affecting the United States, and the younger population is at great risk. And what we have shown is that being exposed one time prior produces this drug-seeking behavior, which is the hallmark of addiction. Thank you.
Thank you, David. So how did you get involved in this research and why did you choose the MA in psychological science?
I got involved in this research since I was an undergrad. I was an undergrad here at this university where I was in the biological psychology program. So the MA was a logical step, especially with the behavioral neuroscience concentration. And, there's a lot of breakthroughs coming out in neuroscience. It really, really attracted me. And especially drug addiction, it affects everybody. So having a small part to find out what can we do to help address these issues really, really intrigued me.
Excellent. And how did preparing for the Grad Slam give you a new perspective on this research?
It gave me a great perspective. It allowed me to take a step back and not get lost in the minute details that we all fall prey to, right? When we do our research, we just get lost in the small details. But it gave me that chance to step back and look at the bigger picture.
And it's fascinating for us because we hear about fentanyl in the news, right? But, to hear about the research that's going on to try to solve this crisis, among rats, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of times the general public doesn't realize that these kinds of studies are so critically important. I think, as Ashley said, this teamwork, right, that comes together to solve these important problems in society. So it has a huge impact when you look at it all together, right?
Yes, indeed.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much. This was excellent.
Thank you.
Okay, that is our final Grad Slam participant. I have to say, y'all were great. Absolutely great. At this point, our judges are going to deliberate and we're going to bring everybody to the stage because we're going to have a photo op. But we're also going to do the People's Choice Award. So the People's Choice Award is coming up, I believe. There we go. There's the people. So you just scan this QR code and you can vote for your choice. So we have first, second, third place, and then we have the People's Choice Award. So you can just scan and vote. And then it will get tallied up. So as people are doing People's Choice, as the judges are deliberating, if I can bring everybody up. Oh, Megan's launching the People's Choice right now. So give it just a minute.
Good job presenting.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Everybody up, everybody up. Thank you. Okay, so if you want to. So first of all, I'm going to present each of you with a basket. We appreciate so much all of the hard work that you've done, and we want to be sure that everybody is recognized here because this was amazing. So I'm going to sneak on. Megan, are you supposed to be in this photo? You want to be in photo? Sure. You have a couple photos and you take a photo.
Phoenix Karen. Okay. Oh my, it's close. Oh my, it's moving.
Okay, so I'm going to ask some questions while we're moving along here. And anybody can jump in here. So the first question I'm going to ask is, who is an inspirational person in your life and why was that person inspirational? Don't all jump in at once.
I'll go.
Okay.
I would have to, surprise again, I'd have to say probably the most inspirational person in my life would be my mother. There's been a lot of obstacles she's had to go through in her life, having an invisible disability, and she's overcome all of that. She has amazing family, amazing kids that are making a difference in their community, and so my mom is actually probably the person on the top of my list. Sorry, Dad.
And Mom's here. Mom's here, by the way.
Mom is here.
Hi, Mom. All right.
I can share. I think for my experience, the people who have inspired me the most are very passionate for education. And I think having that representation in our department and also just overall in our educational systems is very important. I look up to Latinas with PhDs. I think that's very, very powerful in our society.
Great. Anybody else, or I can move on to the next question. So the next question, tell us about graduate student life at CSUSB. You know what, I have this too. Yeah.
I believe I'm just pretty privileged to be in the biology department, and being a scientist is hard. It's hard because you kind of go through this phase of just failing every single day. You just fail, and then you have to get back up and you have to try one thing different. Otherwise, you don't know what's different, or how it works. And so you do it again and again and again. And I am very privileged to be part of the biology department, in which the grad students they're all very supportive of your work. We also have faculty that are absolutely amazing, that are willing to troubleshoot with you. And it's a privilege to be here in my graduate program. I feel like if I went somewhere else, I may have not gotten the same response or the same learning. And I think that's really special about our faculty here.
Anybody else?
Oh, well, I think I really say CSUSB is strong. I love faculty here, and they really, no matter how stupid question I asked, they just gave me really detailed answer and try to encourage me to explore more and deeper. So, and I have a really, really weird background. I learned English in China, and I got my second master in instructional technology, and then this is my second master of computer science. So I love math in high school, but as a girl at that time, my mom think be a translator and show off in office and speaking another language just looks so ideal for girl. But then when I into the university, and then this is really learning language is my barrier. I have no word to use in China, so I also they didn't offer math in my university, so I learned computer by myself at that time, and trying when I was 25. I really hope I can build a YouTube in China, but it's unlikely. It's not that my husband really support, and we lost our money a lot. And then so here I learned everything from very, very beginning. I'm really and faculty really support me, and I do love here. Thank you.
Next question. All right. So the next question I'm going to ask is, this is going to be kind of more of a personal question. Where's your favorite place to travel and why?
I would say that I want to travel all around the world, but if I had to choose one place, I would choose Norway. Like not only because of the northern lights and everything, but it's amazing, you know, it's peaceful when compared to capitalism and everything. Like, yeah.
My favorite place to travel, I haven't been yet, but I'd really love to visit Australia. I feel like it's really far away and it feels like almost a different continent. But yeah, I'd like to visit Australia.
Okay. All right. And the next question is also a personal question. What is your favorite food? Yeah.
Okay, my mom's enchiladas for sure. Yes.
It's poke salad base because I'm keto. So I put salad and then I'll add 4 scoops of salmon and then a lot of sauces. Oh my God, it makes me hungry right now.
Chili rellenos, high protein, absolutely love them. I can eat like a lot in one sitting.
My favorite food is absolutely pizza. Doesn't matter if it's from the local fast food chain or authentic Italian. I just love pizza.
I can't choose one.
Yeah. You like them all. You like them all. All right. I think, are we ready? Are we ready? Okay. I think I'm doing math. But all right, I'm going to ask you one more question. How do you feel about public speaking? Yes. Love it? Everybody loves it? Anybody speak to it?
Honestly, I think I have a love-hate relationship with public speaking because I'm naturally introverted. So speaking in public spaces to people is a bit daunting. But it's important to, I guess, exercise these muscles and challenge myself. So yeah.
Yes, I guess I can share a little bit about public speaking because I do teach it to undergrads here in the comm department. But I think this opportunity has really taught me a lot about public speaking. And I think I'm going to be sharing this with my students as well. I'm definitely sharing this with them like, hey, I totally understand the nerves. I totally understand the courage really of being able to use your voice to share your story, to share your knowledge to everyone in the room, because that is important.
Yeah, public speaking is a dear one. I had a long experience with it, but more importantly, I think if you feel the fear and do it anyway. So of course, everyone who presented on stage today have felt some sort of fear, and I think it's part of it. We have to feel it. You have to use the fear and the anxiety to give you drive and energy of your speech. And the basic principle is really, I have something I want to share with you and I'm excited about sharing with you. And this mindset makes a big difference, I think, in public speaking.
Oh, wait. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hi, I'm here. Just kidding. I just want to thank you and Megan, Dr. Vickers, or Caroline Vickers. I don't know. Are you Doc? Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter. And the judges and the sweet IT in the back, sound people. And thank you so much for working with us. Thank you for taking the time to really make our passions into a 3-minute speech, which is so hard to do. So I just wanted to kind of take the time on behalf of all of us. Hopefully they're cool with it. And thank you.
Thank you to all of you. It was really a pleasure. It was just a pleasure. So all of you are doing fantastic work, and I am ready to announce the winners. So I think what I'm going to do is have you guys go down, and then I'm going to bring the winners back up. But no matter what, all of you were outstanding. So feel very proud of yourselves. This was not an easy thing to do, and you did it. And I'm incredibly proud.
You want Gerard to come up? You want Gerard to come up? Gerard. I don't know what's happening. People's Choice first. People's Choice.
So I'm first going to announce the People's Choice Award. The People's Choice Award goes to Jocelyn Monhe. Congratulations, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
And I'm going to announce our third place winner. Third place winner is Naja Faisal. Congratulations, Naja. And I'm going to announce our second place winner. Our second place winner is Olivia Hart. Congratulations, Olivia.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And I need a drum roll now for the first place winner. Our first place winner is David Lopez Sanchez. Congratulations, David. Everybody together. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming out. And again, I hope that this gives you a really good sense of the excellent research that's going on among graduate students here at CSUSB. It's really a dynamic community of students, and this is just a taste. And we hope to see you again here next year, and we're going to enjoy some food now. So please stay. We have lots of it.